If you watch this channel for any length of time, you probably know that I find direct openers highly cringe. Like when some dude goes up and is like, "You're beautiful. I had to talk to you." It's like, dude, and there's many reasons why I don't like that. It's a matter of personal preference, I suppose. Some people enjoy that a great deal. I've always found it extremely fucking cringe. However, on the other end of the pendulum swing, there's the guy who tries to go under the radar, which I kind of find equally cringe and pathetic, more pathetic in a way, right? More cringe in a way, because at least the dude who's going direct, he's not hiding the intention. You know, when you watch one of these dudes who try to go under the radar, and you'll see them, they hover around her for a while before he goes in. And by the way, they can tell when you're doing that. Even if they don't directly see you, they just fucking know. There's like a sixth sense. People know when you're hovering around trying to summon up the courage. And then when he finally does go in, he does this sort of like decaying orbit thing where he sort of sidesteps into the conversation, like he's trying to sneak into a movie theater, you know, and then he's angled sideways, you know, standing super, super far away. And meanwhile, everyone knows why the fuck he's there. Okay, she knows, her fucking friends know, everyone fucking knows. So, you know, when you go in, you either stand there to the side, sort of like marginalized out to the side at like this 20-degree angle, you know, like you're just vibing, you're just chilling, bro. It doesn't look cool, okay? It looks fucking deranged. It looks like you're going to ask her for spare change. And look, I know a lot of people, especially new people, they focus on the, what do I say? What do I say? None of that shit matters. If your body is essentially telling the truth that you're trying to fucking hide. If you walk up awkward, they feel awkward. So the best analogy that I always like to use, it's the difference between like serving a volleyball. There's two ways you can serve a volleyball, right? There's like the limp underhand serve, and then there's like the spike. Now, if you do the underhand serve in volleyball, it's probably going to go in the lines. You know, it's going to go over the net. It's going to land within bounds, but it's very easy for them to return, and it most likely is not going to score. Okay. On the other hand, if you throw like a aggressive spike, it might go out of the lines, but sometimes it's going to fucking ace, right? It's just boom, score. I see this pretty much every weekend on Bootcamp. To one degree or another. And, you know, on the most recent boot camp I did, I saw that, again, it plays out every time. The same sad ass sequence. Dude walks up, girl stops, she looks up, she's actually into it. And this is the thing. Most of the time, not most, but a lot of the time, they'll be fucking into it at first. They'll be like, oh shit. Getting approached, somebody coming up to me. This is curious. Let's see where this goes. Wow, this guy actually did it. You know, and then what does he do? Then he doesn't make anything happen. He just stands there, like sideways. Like, again, this 20 degrees off thing, sort of half turned away. I don't even know what the fuck he's doing. You know, he's thinking, if I act casual enough, maybe she won't notice I'm trying to talk to her. It's like, bro, she fucking noticed, okay? Now she's trying to figure out what the hell you want. Is he like, is this guy like hitting on her? Is he asking directions? Is he lost? Is he trying to find his mom in the grocery store? Is he having a fucking, I don't know, psychiatric episode, a medical emergency? It's unclear. It fizzles out almost every time. Why? You didn't square up. You stood fucking 4 feet away. And then you did this, the best part too. Well, not the best, but another little treat. You're doing like this micro pecking into her ear every couple of seconds. Okay. This whole demeanor, it's what I call ghost energy. You're physically there, but your presence is not. Your presence is vanished. It's been sucked into the phantom zone of nice guy hell. And of course it goes nowhere. You know, people are like, well, my shit always fizzles out. Yeah, no shit. Of course. She was interested. And then until you bored her into like fucking amnesia, like into short-term amnesia. So what's the real mechanism that's happening here? Well, you were trying to be less awkward. You know, I don't want to make it awkward. And you thought, okay, giving her space is polite. If you don't feel like you belong there, why the fuck should she? A lot of people hear this and they go, well, they get all worked up. And so if this is making you like intrinsically right now feel like defensive, irritated, tempted to argue these points in your head, let's pause right there, because that very reaction is the problem. Because this ain't about dating advice per se. What it's about is the part of you that freezes up every fucking time it's time to commit to a moment, right? The same part that stalls out in conversations, the same part that hangs back in a group. It's the very same part that keeps your life permanently in almost. And you don't fix that with another fucking video, okay? You fix that by dragging your nervous system into the motherfucking field and forcing it to adapt, rewiring it. That's boot camp. Real life, real people, real pressure. You know, what we do on the boot camp is we watch, like professionals with decades of experience, watching exactly where you hesitate, exactly where your body is asking for permission. And what we do is we break that pattern until it just stops running your life. So if you're done kind of circling all the same issues again and again and just calling it practice and growth, which it isn't, hint, hint, but if you're done with all that, links in the description. You know, pick a city, show up. If not, you know, keep watching. Again, please keep watching. Just don't pretend that this is actually changing anything, you know? And again, it can describe what's going on better, but it's not going to change the physical problem in your nervous system, right? And again, here's the thing that just pisses me, like not pisses me off, but just makes me want to be like pull my fucking hair out. It's like, you're not walking up to her to have a discussion on tax policy. The whole reason that you're talking to her is because in the best case, you're going to go home together, remove each other's clothing, and put your genitals on each other's fucking genitals. Okay, that's the honest plan. And with that as like the end game, the destination, you're saying it's weird to stand in front of her? Bro, like, come on, dude. You're acting like, you know, squaring up and being closer than fucking 4 feet away, like squaring up, looking someone in the eyes and standing relatively close. That's the part that crosses the line, right? That's a bridge too far. Meanwhile, you're casually trying to like move this conversation towards naked friction. Okay. So that's why you come off. Your body is pretending this is like some polite, low stakes exchange, while your intention is very obviously not that to everyone. That mismatch is what makes it fucking creepy. That's what makes it fucking creepy, not the proximity, okay? When you square up properly, again, on the edge of personal space, like close enough for real engagement, you're not crowding them. You're not like looming and hovering over, just in that fucking zone where it's clear that you're present. When you do that and look at him in the eye and have that little smirk on your face, what you are doing is you're asking 3 questions without saying a single word. And what are those questions? Can you handle this? Do you like it? And is it on? Can you handle it? Do you like it? And is it on? And the reason that your interactions fizzle out, quote unquote, is you are refusing to ask those fucking questions right now. You angle away, you hover, you do the fucking pecking like a bird. You know, you stand 2 feet back like you're talking to a drive-through speaker. Could I get 5 fries and 55 shakes and 55 burgers? Like, I'm doing a thing. You're doing a thing. And then you wonder why she doesn't fucking, you know, open up and connect. She doesn't feel anything because you're not bringing shit. And here's what guys do not get, okay? It's actually way weirder to not do it. What you think is less awkward is actually more awkward. Because again, dude, they already know why the fuck you're there. They know why you're fucking there. They know. They fucking know, okay? At least, let's just say the vast majority of the time. It's no mystery, okay? You didn't wander over to like compliment the fucking architecture. You didn't just happen to be nearby. You're a man, ostensibly, walking up to a woman, ostensibly, that you're attracted to. Everybody can read what the fuck is going on there in like a fraction of a second. So when you refuse to square up, when you hang off to the side like you're scared to be in the fucking frame with her, it doesn't come off as respectful. It comes off like you're a fucking pussy. Like you're, put it a different way. It comes off like you're hiding your intention because you don't trust it. And again, if you don't trust it, why should they? That's the energy that makes women roll their fucking eyes. Like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing? You know, not because you wanted something, because you wanted it and pretended you didn't. Okay. That's key. You're making her carry the awkwardness for you. You know, I see it all the time. Guy goes up and she's all excited at first. Oh, this could be interesting. And then it's like, oh, then they realize, oh, and it's like, dude, are we doing this? Are we doing some weird little performance where you pretend you're not hitting on me and I pretend I don't know you are? Like, save us both the fucking time. You're a fucking time waster. Squaring up, on the other hand, it's honest, okay? It's fucking clean. It's you putting the card on the table without being vulgar. Maybe a little vulgar, but that part can come later, right? But again, we're just talking about the initial entry here. It tells her basically you're not some sneaky little rodent trying to, like, again, slither in under the radar. It's like, no, motherfucker, like, I'm here, I'm present, I'm not flinching. Can you handle it? Do you like it? Is it on? And again, even if she's not interested, you just get respected more for that than the guy who, like, hovers and pecks and stalls and chodes, because at least it's fucking real. You know what I mean? It's like when you do all this other, they can't even respect it. They're like, dude, get the fuck out of here. You know, and look, just, I will concede something here just so you don't sit there like, well, okay, Jeff, you know, you do this kind of like under the radar shit too. I've seen you do this. And look, I absolutely do little faux spontaneity, let's just call it. And I do that quite a lot, particularly in daytime. You know, I'll be walking by and I'll pretend I just noticed her. You know, I will angle in like I'm reacting to the environment first, right? As opposed to just like, hey, you know, because look, it's a middle ground between, hey, you're beautiful, I had to talk to you. Like, that is, when you do that, that's the energy of like a weirdo on a mission. All right. When you do that, and I saw the old boy, the OG Mystery, talking about this on Instagram or something. He said the exact same thing. It's like, it puts them on the spot. It makes it feel like a transaction, like yes or no. It's just, I don't want to put people on the spot. I don't want to look like a weirdo doing weird shit, you know? So yes, I will let it land or you know, kind of come across as an accident for a second, not long. Okay. You know, I'll just do it just for the open. That's the craft. Okay. That's me keeping the entry clean. But the fucking second that shit hooks, boom, I'm bang on. You know, I square up, I'm close, I'm present. The intention is very obvious. You know, I'm not doing this 10-minute hover where I pretend this is like a networking event and I hope she magically starts feeling sexual tension through my fucking TED Talk. So yes, that faux spontaneity, that's just kind of the wrapper, if you will, so the moment doesn't feel forced. It doesn't put pressure, it doesn't put the spotlight. But again, the moment that initial social hook point is passed, you stop hiding, right? You stop, you know, performing chill. You enter the interaction like a grown-ass motherfucking man who actually means what he's doing. Now, let's talk briefly about the proximity, right? Because most guys get this shit wrong as well. You know, again, they think if I stand far away, I'll seem chill, I'll seem respectful. It won't seem like I'm infringing on their space or threatening or something like that. It's like, no, what actually happens is it looks like you, like, I don't know, wandered into the shot by accident. And this is, by the way, this is much, much worse in daytime. You know, have you ever seen a guy at a park try to talk to a girl sitting down from like 15 feet away? like he's, I don't even know. He's scared he's going to trigger like a invisible laser fence or something. You know, literally you see the shit and the girl's like sitting on a blanket or something on the grass. And the guy's like literally standing 50 feet away. And she's just like looking up. It just looks very weird. Half leaning in, like with his upper half, like he's like I don't know, like a raccoon peeking into a fucking tent. It just looks absurd. It looks so fucking absurd that I have to take a photo. I've taken probably hundreds of photos of this exact scene at this point, just to show them how bizarre this looks from a third person perspective. It's like, no, dude, you don't look respectful. You look confused. And you know who else looks confused? The person you approach. They look really fucking confused, you know? And again, it's always the same picture. She's like looking up, squinting into the sun with like a confused look, like, what? Like this confusion look on the face. And of course, when the dude, I show the guy the picture later, he's like, oh my God, he sees it immediately. Oh, that looks ridiculous. You know, but again, you don't know until you see that third person perspective proof. So this, of course, then begs the question, well, what do you do instead? Very, very simple. I'm sure you can suss it out by now. You plant your feet. You square up. If it's loud, you talk fucking louder. You let her lean into you. Or if it's that loud, you move your whole body closer, not just the head. Okay? Most importantly, though, and I think this is more of like a mindset thing rather than like a do XYZ thing, you have to stop moving like you don't belong, right? That's really, you have to assume attraction. You have to assume rapport and just go the fuck in. Because if you don't, people feel that shit immediately. They calibrate to that before you say anything. And this doesn't mean you got to act alpha or like put on some dominant stance or any bullshit like that. You just make a decision and hold it, right? I belong here. I'm not apologizing for being here. Because the guy who believes that he belongs, that guy does not flinch, right? He creates gravity. He lets attention come to him. Okay? He's there. Importantly, he's enthusiastic to be there, right? He's not like, meh. He's like, hey, not even smiling, just enthusiastic to be there. And he's inviting people to join him in his world. Okay? You're inviting them to join you in your world and collaborate and create something new. Most guys, again, they shrink up. They do all this fucking shit that we're talking about here because, again, they think that it's less awkward to do this. But in reality, what you think is less awkward is making it more awkward. If you act like a fucking background character, you get treated like a fucking background character. It's that simple. You know, you can be funny, smart, kind, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. If your body's asking for permission, you're done. So tonight, fix the fucking open, right? Fix the approach. Don't fucking hover around. No more weird fucking angles. No more standing back. You know, like you're a vampire hoping to get invited into the house. You know, walk up, square up. Let them feel the full weight of your presence with the eye contact before you even say anything. That's key. Okay? Let them see ya and really see you before they hear you. When you do this, you'll be shocked at how fast people respond differently. You know? And again, if you want to fix this very quickly, if you're sick of second guessing, overthinking, getting fucking ignored, blown the fuck out, fizzling out, then hit the link in the description. Come to the bootcamp. You can train with me in real life and get this shit dialed in permanently. Click the link. I'll see you in the chaos.
I just recently finished a boot camp with Jeffy. Holy hell, was it a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of lessons and learning experiences, but the fun never stopped. I got a lot of specific guidance to help me out in certain situations. Definitely a lot of learning lessons, a lot of stories from the entire weekend. Definitely do it again. Highly recommend it. Jeffy's obviously a pro. Get out there, have some fun, live it up. Take his boot camp.